Hi guys, welcome. My name is Kelly Reid Banks from Kickstart Fat Loss Cambridge, and I'm here to talk to you about a few different misconceptions behind exercise and nutrition that are out there that may be causing you not to be able to get the body transformation that you desire. So the first thing to understand more than anything is that you cannot exercise out a bad diet, and there's lots of people out there that believe you can. I being one of them that used to. I used to think that because I trained heavy and I taught a lot of classes that really I could eat whatever I wanted to. And I had a body shape that wasn't too bad, but it was nowhere near what I potentially could look like or what I look like now. Exercise really is kind of like the last point of call with regards to your weight loss program. And first of all, you need to kind of understand the way that different exercise works within the body. So first of all, thinking about cardio. And I used to be a cardio queen. I used to stay away from the weights because I was scared of getting big and bulky. Now, cardio, you only burn fat whilst you are doing that cardio. So if you've run for 20 minutes, you will only be burning fat for that 20 minutes. And let me tell you now that you would need to run a hell of a long way in order to be able to burn a lot of fat. It just doesn't work like that. So in order for you to burn 1 pound of fat, you would need to run approximately from Leeds to Nottingham. And that's going a long way, going to take you a long time. That doesn't mean don't do cardio. I still do cardio, but I do it to improve my health, my wellness of my cardiovascular system, my improvement of the efficiency of my heart and my lungs. I do not do cardio to burn fat. So that is one of the primarily facts that a lot of people get wrong. If you are going to exercise, you need to do metabolic exercise, which is either going to be body weight or it's going to be lifting weights. And that will give you that kind of metabolic effect, so that essentially you will then burn fat after the exercise, that you're not having to, exercise for hours and hours on end in the gym or in classes. So exercise really is kind of like the last point of call with your body transformation. And I want you to think about some other key factors. First of all, how much love and happiness do you have in your life? If you are highly stressed, if you have got toxic relationships going on, whether that be at home, whether that be at work, in your family, elsewhere, your friend group, it's going to cause excess stress within the body. And that kind of then has an impact on your hormonal level. And you will find that your cortisol levels will be excruciatingly high. What happens then is if the cortisol levels are too high, you won't be able to primarily stabilize in order for you to be able to burn fat effectively. So you want to start thinking about reducing as much stress, excess stress as you possibly can. Taking time out for yourself and doing something for you that makes you feel happy, that makes you feel warm inside. Spend it with people who you love and adore, and again, who bring out the best in you. Get rid of toxic people. If you're an instructor out there, you get rid of toxic classes. Excuse me, anything that's draining you emotionally and physically needs to go, absolutely first and foremost. And think about taking some time out, doing something that's quite relaxing, whether that be reading a book, whether that be listening to some music, listening to some meditation, going to classes that de-stress you. For me personally, that's things like Pilates and yoga, but I know some people love classes that de-stress them, things like boxing, boxercise, things that are fun like Zumba, clubbercise, various other dance classes like that. Please be aware though that exercise does cause stress on the body. So in a way, if you are highly stressed, sometimes exercise can actually be the worst thing for you to do. Instead, then once those stress levels have been reduced, you'll find that you're in a much better headspace and body space to be able to gain the body that you desire. The second thing I want you to think about is your sleep. And these kind of come hand in hand with stress, because if you're not getting enough sleep, you'll probably find that you're waking up stressed anyway, and that you won't be able to tolerate things throughout the day as best you could with a clear head. Sleep is vital because it's where the body heals, it's where it grows. Your growth hormone and your testosterone levels will increase while you're asleep. And that's important for both men and women, whether or not you want to build muscle mass or whether or not you want to lose weight. So thinking about sleep is vital, and having optimum sleep where you kind of turn off all devices before you go to bed. And I'm talking about like an hour before you go. So don't lay in bed looking at your phone. Don't lay in bed looking at your iPad or watching TV. That's going to stimulate you, and you will get updates and notifications. Get rid of anything like that does cause you stress. Those of you that know me well will know that I don't wear my iWatch anymore. And that's simply because it was causing me stress with the amount of notifications that I was getting through all the time. Not that those notifications were bad, but it was instantly I was looking at it and thinking about them. And then I wasn't thinking about what I was supposed to be doing. So again, maybe get rid of external factors like that. Certainly get rid of them an hour before bed. If you use your phone as an alarm, put it outside the room. Don't have it inside the room. I can't emphasize how important that is. That will give you continuous good sleep. Now, I live in the real world, so I know that is kind of impossible if you've got a young family, and if you're being woken up by little people throughout the night, it won't be possible. So my things for you then is just to think about if you're exercising well and your diet is on point, that probably is why you're not changing your body shape, because you're not getting enough sleep. I'm not here to preach to you how you're going to do that, but it's just making you aware that sleep has a massive, massive impact. Ideally, you want to be aiming for around 6 to 7 hours a night sleep, and that's complete sleep without being interrupted. That will also help to stabilize your hormone levels, because all hormones, again, stabilize throughout the night's sleep. So again, if you're eating close to going to bed, then essentially your body is going to be working while you're trying to sleep. So you're going to be trying to wind down while your body is almost trying to wind up. And then again, with regards to things like insulin levels are going to be spiked because of the food digestion that's going on, depending on what you've eaten. So in an ideal world, you don't want to eat sort of 3 to 4 hours before going to bed. Now, I know that's tough because I struggle with this massively. I teach till 9 o'clock at night some nights. So food for me often used to come around 9:30, 10. Well, then I wanted to go to bed by 11, 11:30. And I knew then that I wouldn't be able to get the sleep pattern that I wanted to. So if you are in a situation where you can eat early, I absolutely recommend it. It will be so beneficial for you. So we've got stress being a key part, sleep coming hand in hand with that. Once you've got those two factors kind of on a level, that will help to balance out the hormones, and then really it's down to nutrition that's key. Like I said, you can't exercise out a poor diet, so nutrition really needs to be 90% of your body transformation. And I want to just get rid of a couple of misconceptions about nutrition. So there's lots of people out there that talk about good and bad sugars. There's no such thing as a good or bad sugar, guys. Sugar is sugar, and whether it comes from a fruit or whether it comes from a Mars bar, it gets kind of processed through the body the same way, and it gets stored the same way. So if you are having excess amounts of fruit in your diet, you will be still intaking excess amounts of sugar, which will not be able to help you with regards to your weight loss. I would encourage you to do a sugar swap for your fruit and change it to vegetables. Vegetables really will be the key. So you want to be having good quality vegetables, organic where possible, good quality protein. Again, organic, grass-fed protein is going to be key for you. Carbohydrates need to come from your vegetables, because processed carbohydrates, things like pasta and bread, those kind of carbs are heavily sugared. And again, they're just going to spike your insulin levels, which are going to mess up your metabolic rate, mess up your metabolism. So being aware of those. If you have any questions with regards to any of the points that I've brought up today, please don't hesitate to get in touch. Otherwise, I will be here again to give you some more key information with regards to nutrition, balancing hormones, women's health, and weight loss.